Hey everyone, this is Matt, and in today's video, I have for you my reaction to the OCG January 2023 ban list. That's right, we got an OCG ban list dropped this morning, and it is, in my opinion, the best Yu-Gi-Oh ban list of all time. Now, maybe y'all will disagree with me because y'all have played in formats that I have not played. So I just got into the game in 2021, right? But in my time having played this game, this is definitely the best ban list ever. And it's not even a TCG one, which makes me a little sad. But OCG, maybe this OCG ban list can serve as a template for a future TCG ban list, right? Oh man, I'm so happy about this. You have no idea. That's just me. Hopefully that means that we'll get something similar like this within 6 months, right? Because yeah, we're desperately in need of a list like this. So let's get started. You can already see all the images here, but I'm gonna zoom in, starting with the unlimited section first. So the unlimits. We have ABC Dragon Buster, which is a card that was previously limited to one. Now became semi, and then it became semi-limited. Now it's back unlimited. Yeah, for the longest time, OCG had this on this list. I'm not quite sure why, but it's back at 3. Double Irish Magician, back at 3. It was at 2. Basically, the TCG already liberated most of the pendulum monsters, so this is no surprise to anyone. The 3 that people might be a little surprised about or like not unsure of is like, oh, these last 3, like, oh, they were on the list. So yeah, Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine was semi-limited. So or was it limited? No, it was, yeah, no, it was semi-limited. Yeah, it used to be at 2, which was kind of like weird and silly. Came back to 3. Torn Scales also was semi-limited and came back to 3 now. Previously, Torn Scales was limited back in the Adventure Phantom Knights days, but no longer. And of course, Water Enchantress of the whatever was semi-limited and is now unlimited. Now, here's the thing, folks. In the OCG, the Adventure Engine did get limited, so at one point, I believe this was at 1, and I think the Rite of Artemis Shear was also 1. But here's the thing, folks. Several ban lists ago, they banned Wandering Griffin Riders, so they do not have access to Wandering Griffin Rider, but they do have access to illegal knights. So yeah, the Adventure Engine I think is okay to be at 3, assuming a Griffin Rider is banned. But in the TCG, it's already Griffin Rider is not banned, and all the cards are at 3. I think if we're gonna nuke the formats and make Adventure still be available, I think Griffin Rider should either be banned or Right and the Enchantress need to go to 1 each. But that's my opinion. Anyway, yeah. So unlimited section, interesting, but not as interesting as some of the other ones. Let's go into semi-limits. So semi-limited section, we have Galatea to 2. It was currently banned. Or no, sorry, it was previously at 1, and then went to 2. Yeah, a lot of the Orcus stuff. Gearsu I think was at 1 in the OCG. Yeah, Galatea was at 1. Yeah, that's coming back to 2. Orcus is fairly irrelevant in the current format. I don't think this will revive the deck. That can come back to 2. That's fine. Honestly, could go back to 3. Swap Frog to 2. So previously, Swap Frog got limited because Sprite was abusing the hell out of it. Which is something that I thought should have happened. I thought Swap Frog should have gone to 1 in the TCG, right? Since we did not ban Toad, but in the OCG they did ban Totally Awesome, so they do not have access to Totally Awesome. So I think it's perfectly fine for Swap Frog to go to 2 or even 3. Kagura to 2. Kagura was previously at 1. It's at 3 in the TCG, so whatever. This at 2 is not going to matter. Yatagarasu to 2. Yatagarasu was previously at 1, and now it's back at 2. So I think in the TCG we got this bad boy back. Hasn't really made any splashes. Rite of Artemis here, similar argument as to the Water Enchantress. So previously this was limited, right? Now it's at semi-limit, but again, Wandering Griffin Rider is banned, so this is okay, right? There's an Infernity card here that used to be at 1, now it's at 2. I'm not entirely sure if it's good or if it matters. Any of y'all who are familiar with Infernity, let me know about what the hell this card's all about, because I don't really know what it is or what it's for, or if this is even a good hit. But I'm guessing not, because Infernities haven't been relevant in a long time. Foolish Burial Goods. So not Foolish Burial, but Foolish Burial Goods was previously at 3, now going to 2. What's the point of this? I mean, To be fair, I think you shouldn't run more than two of these anyway because it's hard ones per turn, right? And there's a lot less you can like do with it. But yeah, I don't know why they're semi-limited this. Everyone knows why. Let me know like what's the broken interaction here, because yeah, I don't really see it. Raigeki to 2, so it was at 3, right? Like the OCG previously unlimited it, and now they're putting it back. It was like at 1, now then it went to 3, now it's back at 2. I don't know what the argument behind this is or what's up with this, but yeah, I mean it's at 3 in the TCG and it's literally like not doing much, right? Um, and then Trickstar Light Stage we have here back at 2 when it was at 1. I think we already put Light Stage at 3 in the TCG if I'm not mistaken. Didn't change much, so who cares? All right, limited section. Limited section is where the real spiciness starts to show, right? So let's talk. Oh, there's so much here. I'm so happy about this. So first of all, this monster here, Ancient Fairy Dragon, the synchro, used to be banned. Now it's going to 1 with an errata. I don't know what the previous effect did. I don't know how it was abused, so I can't comment on it. If anyone knows, comment down in the comment section and let me know what the major changes in the errata is, because I don't really know or care. But apparently this can like pop field spells and search field spells, which okay, like I don't know, like maybe there's a way to abuse it, but I'm just not aware of it. All right, the spiciest parts of this limited list is Cash Tira, Fenrir, and Cash Tira Unicorn to 1 each. Oh my god. So Cash Tira is the next thing that's gonna that's coming out. That's gonna be really OP and broken. It's gonna be able to combine with tier elements to do some like real obnoxious shit, right? Yeah, these two are the best staple like Cash Tira cards in the Cash Tira archetype. Putting them from unlimited to 1 is absolutely the correct thing to do. So I agree with that. Speaking of, we have Rhino Heart. That's right. We have 2 tier limit monsters going to 1. We have Sharian and we have Rhino Heart. Both of them going to 1. I believe Merly or one of the other ones went to 2. Yeah, I forget, but like so last time there was an OCG list. They hit a bunch of Shizu cards. They hit a bunch of tier limits cards. And this is just additional hits, right? So Rhino Heart to 1. I think the field spell also went to 1. I think Merly also went to 1. So a lot of stuff in tier limits is getting limited. This is definitely the correct move to make. Yeah, this deck has been tier 1 for quite some time, or tier 0, and it needs to go. Like no more. We're done. So Tellarknights, Ptolemaios or whatever. We got this back recently in the TCG to unlimited. They're testing it at going into 1. I don't know how much is going to affect it. Given how Kashtira and tier limits are getting gutted, I don't know. Maybe this card will become like some meta staple or whatever. Magnamut to 1 is probably the most surprising to me. I didn't think the bestial monsters were that like. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong; they're very good. But I don't think they were ban worthy. I thought they were pretty fair. I'm pretty sure they're each hard ones per turn. Like, I guess they limited this one because this one searches the other one. So it's like imagine a hand trap that does a thing and can also search other hand traps or other copies of like similar hand traps, right? So yeah. And then Black Wings, Steam and Hidden Cloak or whatever. Going from banned to restricted. I mean, I know Black Wings is like a deck that's somewhat relevant now. I don't think this will make that deck tier 0. It will definitely be a strong deck, absolutely, but I don't think it's gonna be broken strong. Change of Heart. We already got this back to 1 in the TCG. You love to see it. We have branded. What is this? It's hard to tell this artwork. It's some kind of. I think this is the tier limits Kashtira. Yeah, I'm not. I can't. It's hard to make out what this card is. I know it's a Kashtira card, or a Kashtira / tier limits card. It's the field spell, right? So it's basically the Kashtira field spell going to 1, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, Kashtira hasn't. We haven't gotten Photon Hypernova yet, so Kashtira is not quite yet a problem, but it does become a problem in the OCG, and it will become a problem for us here. And then Branded Fusion 1, I think they hit Branded Opening. Honestly, I think in my opinion, Branded Opening should go to 1. Branded Fusion is okay at 1, at 3, as long as branded opening is at 1. But they decide, nah, we're just gonna put branded opening at or branded fusion at 1, which I can respect. They don't want like to hit cash tier and tier just for the branded to come back, especially since branded got a lot of buffs. From like Photon, Hypernova, Darkwing Blast, etc. Right, and they have access to the Beast Shields, which is also a really good way to play it. And finally, the ban list, what you've all been waiting for, Kit Kalos ban. Fuck this card. I've in my previous ban list related videos, I said that the only way they could possibly stop tier and end the reign of terror of tier limits at tier 0 is to ban Kit Kalos. Yes, the deck will finally be taken down. It will no longer be the tier 0 best deck. And for those of you thinking, oh, isn't this too harsh? No, it's not. It's not like, folks, without Kit Kalos, tier limits can still build a pretty good board. How? Well, instead of fusing Kit Kalos, they can fuse into Garura. And then they can use a Garura to fuse again and go into Drago Stapelia. Garura will get them a draw. Drago Stapelia is a negate every turn, right? And they can still make Baron de Fleur. They can still make whatever OP rank 4 they want to make, right? So tier limits will still exist as a deck. I think it's just going to be a rogue deck. It's not going to be a great deck. It's not going to be a rogue deck. It's not going to be a great deck. It's not going to be the dominating tier 0 deck that it's been for. On a similar note, we also have a ban here for Barrier Statue of Stormwinds. This primarily hits Fluanderies because after tier 0 goes down and Kashtira, Fluanderies is the next best deck. And honestly, Fluanderies is like just really powerful. So I think they're just trying to hard reset the format. But yeah, this statue, the Barrier Statue, is like the final nail in the coffin for Fluanderies. I think the map already got limited to 1. I think they've been on 2D shifter, right? Yeah, so putting Barrier Statue at 0 means that it's going to be like in Master Duel, and yeah, Flanders will still be a playable deck, but it's going to be a lot worse. It'll have a lot more counterplay, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like it just didn't make top cuts anymore. Like I think it's just going to fall into a rogue deck tier category. So yeah, that's what's going to happen with these. So yeah, great friggin' ban list. I want to see a ban list just like this in the TCG. Obviously, we have to wait at least 6 months or so. But yeah, this is Christmas came for the OCG. This is their present. Konami has given them a great present for the holidays, and my only wish is that we get something similar going forward. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video. Peace.